Welcome to Wisdom Sessions. I'm Zoe, and today we have a deeply moving letter from a listener that I think will resonate with many of you. It's about desire, betrayal, and the question of whether redemption is possible. Master, thank you for being here with us today.
It is my joy to be here. These questions of the human heart are the most important ones we can explore together.
Our letter today comes from a 37-year-old man. He writes, I had everything: a gentle wife, 2 beautiful children, a respected career. During a work trip, I met a young woman who made me feel alive in ways I hadn't felt in years. One thing led to another. At first, it felt like I was finally being seen, but soon she began demanding money, gifts, control. When I tried to end it, she threatened to expose everything. My wife found out. My family fell apart. My reputation is destroyed. Master, here's his question. Why did I throw everything away for a moment of weakness? Why couldn't I stop myself even when I knew it was wrong? And is there any way back from a fall like this?
This man's story is not unusual. It is the story of thousands, perhaps millions of men and women. And the first thing I want to say to him is this. You did not fall because you are evil. You fell because you were hungry, but not hungry for pleasure. Hungry for aliveness. Hungry to be seen, to be acknowledged, to feel that you matter. You see, this man was not really searching for another woman. He was searching for himself. The part of himself that had been buried under years of duty, responsibility, exhaustion. When a person lives unseen for too long, when they become invisible even to themselves, they begin to crave a different mirror, and they mistake that reflection for love. But it is not love. It is a mirror showing you what you have forgotten about yourself. He did not love that woman. He loved the lost image of his own worth, shining briefly through her eyes. This is what I want you to understand deeply. There are 2 kinds of thirst in a human being. The first is the thirst of the body. It ends when it is quenched. You drink water, the thirst disappears. Simple. But the second thirst is of the soul, and it ends only when you realize that no one else can quench it but yourself. That man believed she loved him, but she only touched the wound he had been hiding, and he became addicted to that sensation, like a man drinking from the sea. The more he drinks, the thirstier he becomes. The more he tries to satisfy himself, the emptier he feels. This is the trap of unconscious desire.
That's such a profound distinction. The idea that he wasn't seeking her, but seeking himself through her. Master, you speak of unconscious desire. Can desire ever be something positive, or is it always a trap?
This is where people misunderstand completely. Desire itself is not the enemy. Desire can become divine if you can see it clearly. It is not the desire that corrupts. It is blindness. It is unconsciousness. If this man could have simply sat down, taken a breath, and looked directly into his hunger, he would have seen something remarkable. It was not about that woman at all. It was about a part of his being crying out to be loved, to be noticed, by himself first, not by someone else. When you see desire clearly, when you bring the light of awareness to it, it dissolves. Or rather, it transforms, it stops controlling you. But when you run from it, when you pretend it is not there, or when you blindly follow it, it grows. It becomes a monster. Let me tell you an ancient story. Once a young monk went to his teacher and asked, "Can I overcome my desires by escaping from them? Should I run away to the mountains, away from all temptation?" And the teacher replied, "The more you run, the faster desire will follow you. Instead, turn around, face it, do not fight it, do not flee from it. Just look at it directly until it turns into light." This is the secret. Desire is energy. If you face it with awareness, it becomes warmth, it becomes creativity, it becomes love. But if you face it with fear, with guilt, with unconsciousness, it becomes fire. It burns everything.
Face it until it turns into light. That's beautiful. So awareness is the key, not suppression. Many people listening will want to know, what should this man do now? His family is broken. His reputation is gone. Is redemption even possible? How does someone come back from something like this?
This is the most important question, and my answer may surprise you. I say to him, you do not need to be forgiven. You need to awaken. Forgiveness belongs to others. Awakening belongs to you. Do not spend your life begging for mercy. Do not crawl. Instead, become someone who no longer needs mercy. And that does not come from tears, from guilt, from self-punishment. It comes from responsibility, from awareness, from transformation. If you live honestly from this moment forward, if you speak truthfully, if you walk courageously with full awareness of what you have done and what you are becoming, then every single breath you take becomes your most sincere act of repentance. Not repentance in the religious sense, but repentance in the sense of rebirth. You see, society wants you to grovel. Religion wants you to feel ashamed forever. But I say something different. I say, what happened has happened. You cannot undo it, but you can use it as a wake-up call. You can use it as the fire that burns away your unconsciousness. The greatest betrayal is not of your wife. The greatest betrayal is of your own light, of your own consciousness. When you betray another person, you may still be forgiven by them. But when you betray yourself, when you act against your own knowing, you lose the path that leads you home to yourself. So return, but not to your wife, not to society. Return to your heart. It is still there waiting, silent, patient, forgiving. Your heart has not abandoned you. You abandoned your heart. And it is ready to receive you the moment you are ready to return.
Return to your heart. That's where the real work begins, not in fixing the external situation first. Master, many people struggle with this. They know something is wrong. They know they're about to make a terrible mistake, but they do it anyway. Why does knowing something is wrong not stop us from doing it?
This is one of the great mysteries of human behavior, and once you understand it, everything becomes clear. Knowing in the head is not the same as knowing in your being. They are completely different phenomena. When you know something only intellectually, it has no power. It is like reading about fire in a book. You can read that fire burns, you can memorize it, you can even teach others about it. But until you actually put your hand in the fire and feel the burn, you do not really know. This man knew intellectually that what he was doing was wrong, but that knowing was superficial. It had not reached his being. His desire was deeper than his knowledge. His hunger was more real to him than his morality. This is why I emphasize meditation so much. Meditation is not about controlling your desires. It is about bringing consciousness deeper, below the level of thought, into your very being. When awareness reaches that depth, transformation happens naturally. You do not have to force it. A man who has experienced the fire does not need to be told not to touch it. He simply does not touch it. Not because of morality, not because of rules, but because he knows, really knows. In his bones, in his being. That is the difference.
So it's about deepening awareness until it reaches the level where real knowing happens, not just intellectual understanding. One final question, Master. This man asks, did I step into a prison or was I trapped? He seems to be asking whether he's responsible or whether he was somehow a victim of circumstances.
This is a beautiful question because it goes to the heart of human freedom and responsibility. And my answer is clear. No one trapped you. You stepped into the cage yourself, and only you can open its door. You see, it is very convenient to think of yourself as a victim. It makes you feel better. You can say, I could not help it. The circumstances were too powerful. She seduced me. I was weak. But this is an escape from responsibility. And when you escape from responsibility, you also escape from power. The moment you accept total responsibility, in that very moment you also claim total power. If you created this situation through your choices, your unconsciousness, your desires, then you can also create a different situation through awareness, consciousness, and choice. Yes, there were circumstances. Yes, there was a woman who behaved in certain ways. Yes, you were tired, lonely, unseen. All of this is true. But in the end, every step you took yourself. The cage may have been attractive, the door may have been open and inviting, but you walked through it. And here is the liberation in this understanding. If you walked into the cage, you can walk out. The key has always been in your hand. It was never lost. You simply forgot you were holding it. That key is called awareness, consciousness, witnessing. So I say to this man, and to everyone listening, stop asking who is to blame. Stop asking whether you are victim or perpetrator. Simply ask, am I conscious now? Am I aware now? Am I willing to take responsibility now? Because the past cannot be changed, but this moment is fresh, alive, full of potential. Start here. Start now.
Taking responsibility is taking power back. That's such an empowering way to see it. Master, thank you. These teachings are profound. Before we end today, Master, is there anything final you'd like to say to this man or to anyone who finds themselves in a similar situation?
Yes, I want to say this. You are not your mistakes. You are not your past. You are consciousness itself, temporarily identified with a story. The moment you step back from the story and simply observe it, you are free. It may take time to repair the damage in the external world. That is practical work, and it must be done. But the internal freedom can happen in an instant. Just see, just watch, just be aware. And in that awareness, you will find that you were never truly trapped. You are vast, you are infinite, you are free, you only forgot. Now remember.
Thank you, Master. To everyone listening, if today's session touched something in you, please subscribe to our channel, turn on notifications, and share this with someone who might need to hear it. Wisdom is meant to be shared. And please, leave a comment below. Tell us what resonated with you, or share your own question for a future session. Until next time, may you walk with awareness.
Be aware, be awake, be alive.